Hey, Larry here from Larry's Fountain Pen Review. Today I'd like to be doing the review on the Endless Recorder right here. I want to give it a good work through to see how well this paper reacts to different inks, fountain pens, ballpoint pens, pencils, and I will be using also a glass dip pen. So I got this notebook here from Federalist Pens. I bought this, and I am going to show a lot of Frank from Federalist Pens. So we'll get to all that and we'll do all the talking. So let's dip into this book and see how really good this book is going to work with different writing instruments and inks. Okay, so again, here is the Endless Notebook. I do like the cover. Favorite color blue, and it's hardcover with the elastic. So let's open it up and look at the paper. You got a blank paper here first of all, and then it starts off with your table of contents with your pages and your name, and each page is numbered so you'll know when you use your index what page and whatever name you're going to designate that page for, so you can go right to it with no problem. And then I do like the ribbon marker that comes in mounting handle. At least for me it does. So, and in the back of the book, you find your little envelope holder there, I call it, that will hold notes, if you wish, or whatever you want to put in there. And in the very back, you'll find some, well, I was going to say in the very back, but throughout the book, they have some perforated pages that you can just zip right out of the book, if I'm corrected. But anyway, so let's go with the writing first of all and see how it does. Okay, so now this book is a 5x8 and it features 192 pages with Tomoe River. This has the line page on it, and it is the acid-free 68 GSM paper. Okay, not the 52. So this is the first time I've ever used the 68. I have tried the 68 before, and it's okay. I'm just a 52G type guy, so, but it's all good. And it does have 16 perforated sheets that are detachable in this notebook, like I said, so I was right on that. So let's get on to this paper. And again, check out Frank from Federalist Pens. He's there, he's reading, he's ready, and he will deliver. Right? Trust me, I guarantee that. Frank's on the job. So let's get started here. So what I want to do is use my glass dip pen. For me, that's the easiest and best way I can test inks out without have to ink up a pen. And then I just wipe them off when I get done with it. Right here. Let's get a napkin there. Get that ready. So here we go. So I think I'm going to just use, I'm going to go to the very back because I may end up using this notebook for something else. So I'm going to start right here on page 185. So let's start off with Robert Oster ink, and this is Frankly Green. And if you haven't heard the story, this is one of Frank's anniversary inks that they do once a year, I believe, that Frank Oster does for Frank. So that's kind of cool. And let's start off with this and see how it writes, and how the paper, rather, reacts to the ink. I'm going to dip that in there. Okay. Pankley Green, and that's Robert Worcester ink. All right. And then in a minute we'll turn over the page and we'll see how well the paper held up. I can tell you now, with my experience with it, it should hold up pretty well. All right. So, let me get my little holder here. All right. And we're going to do the Frankly Scarlet. All right. Here we go. Little dip. Maybe a little dip. All righty. Frankly Scarlet. I hope everybody's having a great day. And this is by Robert Orchard. And oh, I forgot my K there. Shame on me. All right. Now that's number 2. So, let me wipe this off a little bit, and we'll go on with the next one, which will be the Frankly Blue for Federalist pen for by Robert Orchard signature. That was the first anniversary. I think it's really, they have some killer inks here that Robert Orchard made for Frank for Federalist pens. Let me put that down. I got a bad habit. Okay. This is a beautiful blue, isn't it? Look at this blue. It's really a nice looking blue. Frankly Blue. Okay. Laid on there nice and thick. Okay. Well, those are the 3. All right. So, let's wipe this off. Okay. So we're going to go with the Federalist pens with the Edelstein Moonstone ink. Going to change it up here a little bit. All right. That's an interesting ink. And a Federalist pen here is a Monteverde brown sugar. A lot of cool colors. All right. as we move along. If y'all are just joining me, pull up a chair, grab yourself a snack, a drink, and enjoy spending time with me testing out the Endless Recorder notebook of the Tomoe River Paper 68 GSMs. And it's a lot of Frank Lenny inks that Robert Orser made for his anniversary, and just a lot of inks that I've purchased from the Federalist Pen place. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to try these inks out and see how well they work, but I'll be using other inks as well. So here's the Monteverde Red Velvet. Okay. I've been wanting to get this done for some time, so I said today's the day. And here's some Monteverde Malibu Blue. And we'll just move on down the line here. Nice inky fingers. And the next one is Monteverde Blue Black. And the Monteverde Brown Sugar. Have we done that already? Yeah, I already did that. I already did that. So, okay. So make sure I got everybody here. Blue Black. Malibu. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're missing somebody here. I think I had 2 of the same one, maybe. Red Velvet. Ta-da. And Monteverde Malibu. And I had 2 of those, and I think we've just about got it. Okay, so that's going to hook those up. All right. So we're done with that part. And just let me put this up for a minute. And we'll go to phase 2. So while it's out, we're going to use a pencil. This is the Pentel, okay. And this is a 0.9 millimeter lid in it. And then we'll use my Monteverde Invincia ballpoint pen. This is the ballpoint. And that's the black, okay. This is the blue ink. And last but not least, the pencil. Okay, so that takes care of that. Now, we will reach into some fountain pens and get busy here. And this is this line. Extra fine nib. VIDE, okay. All right, let's come out here with the Diplomat. With a broad nib. And blue. All right. So let's get this one going on next. And here's a pen I picked up from Franklin himself, Mr. Frankie, or Franklin when you're talking about certain inks, or just Frank from Federalist Pens. I picked up this pen when I saw it at the store. I just had to have it. I love the color of the pen. So Frankie Franklin Frank at Federalist Pens. Here we go. Beautiful nib on this sucker. And this has a medium nib, nice and wet. And then the ink on this is going to be, of course, Tahitian. Blue. Beautiful ink. Gorgeous looking color ink. This is meant for, and this new nib on this pen is to die for. Juicy, beautiful, smooth, wet nib. And if you ever get a Yaffa pen and the nib's not writing properly, get a hold of Yaffa, let them know what's going on, and they stand behind their nibs. Now, here is a, you like to pronounce the name, Mr. Announcer?
Natuno.
And I got that from Appleboom. And that's what you say? I say, yeah, okay, so here we go. And I got this filled with some Mont Blanc. Red ink. Lovely ink. All right, as we move along and turn the book pages here. All right. And we're going to do a little bit of the Birmingham next. This is the Jurassic Amber with a medium Knox nib, okay? And then the ink is going to be the turquoise, Birmingham turquoise. Lovely writer. As we go on down, I'll let Mr. Announcer get involved here in a minute. And he can announce this pen while this is the platinum when I look up the ink.
Procyon.
Thank you. I'll look up the ink here. And I'm thinking it's going to be the, okay. I remember the ink now. And it has a medium nib. And across that T, this is going to be the velvet, I believe. Dark violet. Dark violet. Is that velvet or violet? What did I say? Okay, there you go. Now this color, when I first tried it, I didn't really get into it. But I kind of like it now. It's kind of cool. All right. And let's get out the Faber-Castell. Okay. Nice, smooth, wet, beautiful ink. And I got this pen from the Pen Thing store from Brian Friedlander. Has a medium nib. And the ink is going to be Mont Blanc, Sand of the Desert. Okay. All right, folks, as we move along, we're almost done. Thank you for being patient with me. I hope you're enjoying this. I know I am. Now, here is the Wing Song 601. Here we go. And I just re-inked this the other day to give it another try. See how well it would do with a different ink. And it did very well. Really a nice writer. All right, now coming up with a heavy hitter, the Mont Blanc 149. No, and I picked up this pen from Anderson Pens. And this is going to be Mont Blanc. Midnight Blue. There you go. You know, at one time I really didn't like the Mont Blanc Midnight Blue, but for some weird reason I'm starting to dig on it. And let me bring out this beautiful Visconti Blue Lagoon that I picked up from Federalist Pens. And this one has the 18K medium nib. And it's to die for. This nib is to die for. Sweet, beautiful, smooth. And the ink is Visconti Blue. Beautiful ink. Visconti knocked this one right out of the ballpark. So, I'm going to stop there. I believe that's going to be enough to show you and show me how this paper held up. So here we go. We're going to look at the back. It's still kind of wet, so. And you can see some see-through, but not bad. It held up really good to the different inks and nib sizes. So, yeah, it's decent paper. It's good paper. Kind of reminds me still of the Tomorrow 52Gs, but it's a little thicker. And the dry time's still a little longer because this is still wet here. I can show you right quick. Little bit wetness still left. Not yet, but almost. So, let's do one more thing here. I want to do a swab with the Frank Lee Green ink Robert Oster, and that's really thick. Really thick. I'm laid it on there thick. Frank Lee Green, and we're going to do the Frank Lee Scarlet by Robert Oster for Frank. All right. And as my fingers are all beautifully inked up, we'll do one here for the Frank Lee Blue. Love this color. All right. And let me get this Edelstein Moonstone. I kind of find this ink interesting because it reminds me of a number 2 pencil. If I don't get it all over the place. So what do you say we just go through all of them, Mr. Announcer? I think we should. Why not?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, we're on here doing it, so let's go for broke. And we'll do the Monteverde Brown Sugar. I'm not going to write the names by them. I'll just do the ink swabs. And this is the Monteverde Red Velvet. Again, you can pick up these inks at Federalist Pens. And then we're going to do the Monteverde Malibu Blue. Dun, 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 dun. Isn't that beautiful color? Woo! What do you think about that one, Mr. Announcer?
Yeah, it's nice.
It is nice. Sweet. How about the... Did I say... Have we done the Malibu Brown Sugar yet?
I don't think so.
Well, let's do it. Forgive me, folks. My mind is in outer space half the time. But I'm having me a blast. This is party brains right here. I'm loving it. And I'll make sure we got it all. Monteverde Blue Black. We need to get that one done. This will finish it. And these are all inks from Federalist Pens. All right, Mr. Frank. Here is the ink swabs, and still wet. I'm using the new Tomoe River Endless Notebook from Federalist Pens, and giving it a little time to dry there. This is the 68 GSMs, and it worked very well, and I laid it on there really thick, and it did a great job to hold that ink in. So yeah, this book is a winner. I may have to do a review on the upcoming what's new on the Tomoe River paper. A friend of mine sent me a link, and I will post it when I do the when I talk about the Tomoe River 52G paper, that I think it's gone. They no longer will be making that paper anymore, what I've heard. It's going to be a new paper that's going to be coming out. So if there's any left and you want it, get it. I know a friend of mine and I, we bought a box and we split it. So I think I got, what was it, 2,000 sheets or 4,000? I forgot. But anyway, so I'll have to send a link so you yourself can read what's actually happening with Tomoe River paper 52Gs. And I think Tomoe River paper period, which kind of freaked me out because that's my favorite all paper that I do all my pen pal letters in. So folks, I hope you enjoyed the review today. On the Endless Notebook from Federalist Pens. I'll let you just look at it again. And we'll turn the page over. It did real well. And these are the swabs I did. So, again, thank you for joining me today on Larry's Fountain Pen Review, where I did the endless record of the recorder of the paper. Again, this is the 68 GSM's Tomoe River paper on the recorder, and I think you'll really love it. So, you know, support the pen dealers out there. That's going to do it, folks. Thank you. God bless. Take care, each and every one, while I go wash these hands, and then wash them good for a few 20 seconds or more. Use hand sanitizers. Wear that mask. Stay safe. And as always, please don't text and drive. Bye-bye.